What is up, guys? This is Bryce Van Hoosen from Silver Talon, and today we're going to talk about the most hated guitar pedal in the world, the Boss Metal Zone. Focus, focus. Yeah. Alright, so I am pretty damn impressed at how that sounds and how that track turned out. That was using the Boss Metal Zone, the world's most hated metal distortion pedal, in the effects loop of my Wazelcraft tube amp expander, and then going into my Marshall JCM 800 into the low sensitivity input. I was also boosting it with a Boss SD1, and we'll talk about why I did that in a second. So all the effects that you heard were coming from the tube amp expander, the delay, the reverb, all that kind of stuff. Other than that, pretty much just hearing the metal zone in the effects loop of the JCM 800. So I think the number one thing that struck me is how cool the lead sounds actually sounded. So this is basically the patch that or basically the tone that I set for this. I didn't change the settings on the metal zone throughout either of the lead or the rhythm parts. So very sharp, very well-defined sound. Yeah, man, that's cool. I don't really know what else to say about that. All right, let's see what else this thing can do. I'm gonna change to a rhythm tone. Kind of show you what I got there. All right, so here's how my rhythm tone sounds by itself. All right, so just a reference, here's what the amp sounds like without the metal zone engaged. Also turned the DS1, I also turned the SD1 off as well, so this is literally just the low sensitivity input of my JCM 800. Cool, then we turn this on. So this is without the SD1. So you can hear it's a little bit flubby in the low end, which is why I kicked on the SD1 just to drive the drive, which sounds kind of cool. Sometimes it works. All right, so that's back on. You can already hear how it's sort of tightened up a little bit of that low end. So let's kick the SD1, yeah. Let's get the SD1 off and see what other kind of stuff I can dial in with the metal zone here. All right, so this is just the metal zone by itself. A little bit too much low end, I think. What if I take that out? These controls, when you're going through the effects loop like this, they're super sensitive. So it's like even a millimeter of change makes a huge difference. All right, so the high frequency. Yeah, it's definite can of bees territory. Super sensitive. I think really that 50% kind of 12 o'clock going a little bit too high or too low from that really makes the sound not awesome. Mid control. I like a lot of mids. I think this is probably my favorite thing about this pedal is that mid control. Can't remember where I had this. All right, distortion. Yeah, I think I still prefer it with the SD1 going in front of the metal zone, just to kind of, I don't know, the lows, I'm having a hard time sort of getting the lows and the highs to mix nicely without that. Feels like there's too much of something or it's missing something. It's hard to find the sweet spot there, but yeah, I don't know, man, the metal zone. It's cool. I don't think it deserved all of the hate that we've given it over the years. Definitely use it in the effects loop. I used to do that back in the day with, geez, I can't remember what I had. I think I had a Marshall valve state or something, if anybody remembers those. And I would put the metal zone into the effects loop. And I thought it sounded the best that way, but I think I stopped doing that because I thought that a distortion pedal should go in front of the amp and not in the effects loop. So I don't know, fuck me, right? So it's definitely not suited for everything. I don't know if I'd make it my main tone. It's a cool tone. I like it. It's kind of a little bit something else, but very similar to, I guess, my thoughts on like the heavy metal, the HM2. Cool tone, not for everything. Not something that I would use 100% of the time. But yeah, man, I don't know. It sounds cool. It's got an interesting sound. It has that sort of cheap and nasty kind of 90s thing going on. So that really, I don't know. There's a time and a place for that. So yeah, I think I love the Metal Zone. All right, I am Bryce Van Hoosen. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like and subscribe and all of that other crap if you want. I don't really care. It's up to you. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Oops.